Hi guys, I'm Brooke Vogelsang, and I'm gonna talk about the lesson and kind of like what happened within my math observation today. Overall, they basically just took a quiz, but before the quiz, they went over their exit ticket from the day before, and a popular question that a lot of them missed or didn't really understand. We're dealing with the learning goal being I can estimate and round to the nearest tenth and hundred of a number. So the most popular question, sorry, I have my note written down, was 464 plus 398 rounded to the nearest hundred, tenth or hundred, what does that equal? So for 464, a lot of students were understanding that it would round to 460. A lot of them just kept it as 464. And then for 398, a lot of them went to 90. And so the teacher reinforced the song that we learned last week about 5 or more, let it score, 4 or less, let it rest. So the 398 would actually round up to 400, so the answer being 860. And once she broke it down and kept like reinforcing that and giving them like the idea that they need to round to the nearest hundred or tenth, they automatically got it and they were understanding it. And she did this before the quiz so that the questions on the quiz, they would remember that strategy and be able to do better on the quiz than if she just gave it to them right away without any like review or anything. And then on the quiz that I was observing, a lot of students had a lot of problems and questions about one of the questions, and it was supposed to be harder. Like she said, this was a tricky question, and it was worded a little tricky, so a lot of students were struggling with it. So I wrote it out on my whiteboard. Let me try to like get this. Okay. And it basically provided them with a number line, and it gave them 280 as the number, and the question was basically asking them, with 280, what is the highest possible number that it can go up to rounded to the nearest tenth? And a lot of them kept it at 280 or went back to a lot of them kept it at 280. Like they were just like, oh, that's the highest it can go. It can't be rounded anymore, or it would reach a different tens place. But the real answer would have been 284 because if you had 284, it would round down to 280. So a lot of them weren't grasping that concept on the quiz. And she just kept telling them, like, think of the song. And after they thought a little bit of the song and like the question that they went over first, they were able to more likely understand what was happening and like being able to round that to the nearest tenth and getting that correct answer. But a lot of them also were really stuck on that question and had a lot more trouble getting through to that. So that's really what I observed. I observed my mentor teacher being able to reinforce what they already learned and pulling on prior knowledge so that they could exceed better in new topics. Thank you.